Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you love discovering hidden gems that might be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, today's episode is one you won't want to miss. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of a single United States penny. Yes, just 1 cent. That could be worth a jaw-dropping $99,182 today. That's right, we're talking about the 1952 D. Lincoln wheat penny, a small coin with a big story. So stay with me to the very end, because this penny's value will absolutely shock you, and you might just find one in your own collection. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than Lady Liberty. The wheat stalks on the reverse side symbolized national prosperity and growth, a powerful message as the country was finding its footing after the turn of the century. Now, fast forward to 1952. Specifically to the coin minted in Denver, marked with the letter D just below the date on the obverse side. That year, over 746 million pennies were struck at the Denver Mint. With such a large number, you might wonder, how can any single 1952 D penny be worth close to $100,000? Well, here's where rarity, condition, and collector demand play a huge role. While most 1952 D. Lincoln pennies are common and worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars in circulated condition, a very small number were preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, and I mean absolutely flawless, often graded at MS67 plus red or even better by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. These are the kinds of coins that collectors fight over at auctions. Why? Because finding a 70-year-old coin with nowhere, brilliant red luster, and perfect strike is nearly impossible. Let's talk about the mint mark itself. That little D below Lincoln's portrait tells us it was minted in Denver, one of the main U.S. mint branches along with Philadelphia and San Francisco. Coins from the Denver Mint tend to have stronger strikes, and some rare varieties show die cracks, repunched mint marks, and doubled dies, all of which can dramatically increase a coin's value. Now let's break down why the 1952 D. Lincoln penny can be worth as much as $99,182. In recent years, a particular specimen in pristine mint state red condition, with no carbon spots, fully original red surfaces, and perfect centering, was sold at a high-profile auction. The reason it fetched nearly $100,000? The combination of ultra-high condition, historical importance, eye appeal, and extreme rarity of such a perfect example. When only 1 or 2 coins of a certain date and mint mark exist in that high of a grade, collectors are willing to pay enormous premiums to add them to their collections. It's also important to understand the market factors behind these prices. Coin values are not fixed. They fluctuate based on auction results, demand, rarity, and public interest. As more people get into coin collecting, especially younger collectors looking for rare pennies, the demand for top-grade Lincoln wheat pennies has soared. That's why coins like the 1952 D penny in top grade are not just rare, they're elite investments. Some collectors even hold them like stocks or pieces of fine art. Here's another point to keep in mind. There are multiple grades for coins. A typical 1952 D penny in average circulated condition may be worth just 10 to 50 cents. In lightly circulated condition, it could fetch $1 to $5. In uncirculated mint state red condition, prices jump to $25 to $200. But when you get to the highest possible grades, where maybe only 1 or 2 coins exist in the world, that's when values explode, all the way up to $99, $182. So, how can you tell if your 1952 D. Lincoln penny is worth serious money? First, check the condition. Is it shiny, red, and free of scratches or wear? Then check for special characteristics, like a repunched mint mark, RPM, or doubling in the date or lettering. These errors and varieties can skyrocket the value. And finally, if you believe you have a truly special piece, send it to a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC for professional certification. A high-grade designation from them can be the key to unlocking a fortune. Here's a quick checklist for what to look for. 1952 D mint mark under the date. Original red luster, no signs of wear, no spots, scratches, or stains, full strike and sharp details. Possible errors like RPM or doubling. Professional grade of MS66, MS67, or higher if your coin checks all those boxes. You could be holding on to a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Before we wrap up, here's a fun fact: the Lincoln Wheat Penny series ended in 1958, replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. But even decades later, the early wheat cents, especially in top condition, continue to be some of the most desirable and valuable coins in U.S. numismatic history. So go ahead, check your change jars, look through your old coin rolls, ask your grandparents if they have any old pennies stashed away. Because you never know, you just might find a 1952 D Lincoln Wheat penny worth $99,182 waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing stories about valuable coins, rare finds, and how to spot hidden treasures, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Until next time, happy collecting, and good luck on your treasure hunt. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've ever glanced into your piggy bank, sifted through some spare change, or stumbled across an old penny in the attic, today's video might just change how you see that little copper coin forever. Because we're diving deep into the fascinating history, hidden value, and jaw-dropping worth of the 1953 D Lincoln Wheat penny. A coin that may look ordinary but could be worth as much as $90,256 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin from 1953 with a D mint mark, originally struck in Denver, could be worth enough to buy a luxury car, pay off debt, or even put a serious dent in a house down payment. But why is this small coin so valuable? What makes the 1953 D Lincoln penny so special? How can you tell if you have one of these rare treasures in your own collection? And what condition does it need to be in to fetch such a high price? Stay tuned because we're answering all those questions and more, right here on the channel where we bring you the latest in coin collecting and hidden wealth. Let's begin with the history. The Lincoln Wheat penny was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most revered presidents in American history. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolized national prosperity and growth, making this design both patriotic and hopeful. Now, fast forward to 1953. The United States was in the post-World War II boom. The Korean War was ending, the Cold War was intensifying, and Americans were filling their pockets with pennies made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That year, the Denver Mint, denoted by the small d below the date on the obverse, produced over 700 million Lincoln Wheat pennies. So how does a coin with such a high mintage become worth more than $90,000? Great question, and here's where it gets interesting. Though the 1953 D Lincoln penny was mass-produced, only a tiny fraction of those coins survived in pristine condition. We're talking about coins that were never circulated, never touched by bare hands, never scratched, nicked, or damaged in any way. These near-perfect specimens are what collectors call mint state coins, graded by services like PCGS or NGC at MS67 or higher. The highest known examples of the 1953 D penny are rare beyond belief, and when they come up for auction, the bidding war gets intense. But condition isn't the only factor that affects a coin's value. Some 1953 D pennies are worth significantly more because of errors and varieties. That's right, errors. A coin struck off-center, double die obverse, repunched mint marks, die cracks, or even planchet flaws can make a coin dramatically more desirable to collectors. One well-known error in the 1953 D series is the repunched mint mark, RPM, where the D was stamped twice, slightly misaligned. These coins can easily fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on their grade. But now let's talk about the star of the show, the highest recorded value of a 1953 D Lincoln penny. One particular specimen, graded at MS67 Plus read by PCGS, sold for an eye-watering $90,256 at a major auction. That's right, a single cent, originally minted for just 1 penny, turned into nearly $100,000 in value because of its exceptional condition, brilliant red luster, and near-perfect strike. And here's something most people don't know: coins like this aren't just valuable because they're rare, they're also valuable because they're wanted. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, are always hunting for the best example of each coin in the Lincoln series. When only a few coins exist in high grade, demand skyrockets. And as we all know from basic economics, when demand is high and supply is low, prices soar. Now you might be asking yourself, how can I tell if I have a valuable 1953 D Lincoln penny? Here's what to look for: date and mint mark. Make sure the coin says 1953 and has a small D mint mark below the date, indicating it was minted in Denver. Condition: examine the coin for wear. If Lincoln's cheek and jawline are sharp and the wheat stalks on the reverse are fully visible with no flattening, your coin may be in mint state condition. Color: copper coins are graded as brown, BN, red-brown, RB, or red RD. Red coins are worth the most, especially those with full red luster. Error features: look closely for doubling, misaligned dies, repunched mint marks, or anything that seems off. These could be valuable errors. Get it graded. If you think you have a pristine or error coin, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can turn your penny into a high-dollar collectible. And remember, just because a coin looks old doesn't mean it's valuable. And just because a coin looks shiny doesn't mean it's perfect. Condition, rarity, color, and certified grade are all essential. So, what should you do next? Well, check your coin jars. Look through that old box of coins from your grandparents. Dig through your change drawer. You never know, you just might have a 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny hiding in plain sight. And if it's in great condition, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Before we wrap up, here's a quick recap. The 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny was struck in Denver with over 700 million coins minted. Despite the high mintage, only a few coins survived in top condition. MS67 Plus red examples are incredibly rare and can sell for as much as $90. 256. Error coins like repunched mint marks or double dies can add huge value. Always check your coins and consider professional grading for anything that looks special. If you found today's video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video about rare and valuable coins. Leave a comment below if you've ever come across a 1953 D Lincoln penny, or any rare coin, and tell us your story. You never know who else might have a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting!